Welcome to Blurr. This is not just a channel. It's a quiet space to slow down, to think deeply, and to look beneath the surface of the world we live in. Today's book is not fiction. There are no imaginary villains, no distant dystopian futures. What makes this story unsettling is that it speaks about now. The book we are exploring today is Under Assault by Dennis Molinaro. This is a serious, investigative, and thought-provoking work about democracy, fear, security, surveillance, and the quiet erosion of freedom. It is not written to entertain you. It is written to wake you up. In this video, we will explore a clear plot summary, what this book is really about beneath the facts, its central themes, the strongest parts of the book, where it may not work for everyone who should read or listen to it, and finally, why this book is worth your time today. Let's begin. Plot summary, what the book tells us. Under Assault examines how modern democratic societies respond to fear, especially fear created by terrorism, extremism, and perceived internal threats. Dennis Molinaro traces how, over the last few decades, governments have increasingly relied on mass surveillance, expanded security laws, intelligence sharing, emergency powers, data collection on ordinary citizens. All of this is done in the name of protection. The book looks closely at how terrorist attacks and security crises become turning points. After each crisis, governments promise safety, but the price is often reduced civil liberties. Molinaro does not argue that security is unnecessary. Instead, he asks a more uncomfortable question. What happens when security becomes permanent, but freedom becomes conditional? Through historical examples, policy analysis, and social consequences, the book shows how surveillance systems grow quietly, emergency laws become normal laws, citizens slowly accept being watched, and dissent begins to look suspicious. The assault in the title is not loud. It is gradual, bureaucratic, and legal. And that is what makes it dangerous. What this story is really about, on the surface, Under Assault appears to be about counterterrorism and national security. But at its core, this book is really about fear. Fear is the engine that drives everything in this story. Fear of violence, fear of outsiders, fear of losing control, fear of uncertainty. Molinaro shows how fear reshapes societies. When people are afraid, they ask fewer questions. When people are afraid, they trade freedom for reassurance. The book is really asking, how much freedom are we willing to give up to feel safe? Who decides what safe means? And once freedom is gone, how do we get it back? This is not just about governments becoming powerful. It is about citizens becoming comfortable with that power. The central theme of Under Assault is the tension between security and democracy. Molinaro argues that democracy is fragile not because of enemies, but because of how it defends itself. Key ideas explored include the normalization of surveillance, the expansion of intelligence agencies, the blurring line between foreign threats and domestic citizens, the idea that privacy itself becomes suspicious. A powerful argument in the book is that democracies do not collapse overnight. They erode slowly, through laws, policies, and public silence. Security measures, introduced as temporary, often become permanent. Tools created for extreme situations get reused in ordinary life. The theme is not that governments are evil, but that unchecked power always grows. The best part of the book, the strongest part of Under Assault, is its quiet clarity. Dennis Molinaro does not use sensational language. He does not shout warnings. Instead, he calmly lays out evidence and lets the reader connect the dots. Some standout strengths include: Number 1, real-world relevance. Everything discussed in the book feels immediate. You recognize it from airport security, internet monitoring, social media surveillance, emergency laws after attacks. This is not abstract theory. This is daily life. Number 2, balance and restraint. The author does not deny the reality of threats. He respects the complexity of security work. That balance makes his argument more credible and more disturbing. Number 3, focus on ordinary people. The book emphasizes that surveillance does not just target criminals. It reshapes how everyone behaves. When people know they are being watched, they self-censor, they avoid dissent. They stop asking uncomfortable questions. This psychological effect is one of the most powerful insights in the book. Where the book may not work for everyone, despite its strengths, Under Assault is not for everyone. Here are a few honest limitations. 1. It is dense. This is an academic cleaning book. It requires patience, attention, and reflection. Readers looking for fast-paced storytelling may struggle. 2. Minimal emotional narrative. There are fewer personal stories and more analysis. Some readers may wish for more human anecdotes. 3. Challenging for strongly pro-security readers. If someone believes security should always override liberty, this book may feel uncomfortable or even confrontational. But these are not flaws. They are part of what makes the book serious. Who should read or listen to this book? This book is ideal for readers interested in politics and democracy, students of law, security, or social science, journalists and media thinkers, citizens concerned about privacy, anyone who believes freedom matters. If you enjoy books that make you pause and rethink, this book belongs on your list. If you want easy answers, this book is not for you. If you want honest questions, it absolutely is. Why this book is worth your time. In a world of endless noise, Under Assault offers something rare: clarity without panic. It helps you see how power grows quietly, how fear reshapes laws, how freedom disappears politely. The book does not tell you what to think. It teaches you how to notice. And that skill, noticing, is perhaps the most important one a citizen can have. This book is worth your time because it sharpens awareness, it deepens understanding, it strengthens democratic thinking. Reading it feels less like consuming information and more like waking up. Final thoughts to close. Let's return to the title. Under Assault does not mean bombs falling or armies marching. It means something quieter. It means freedom under pressure, privacy under erosion, democracy under negotiation. Dennis Molinaro reminds us that the greatest threat to democracy is not chaos, but complacency. Thank you for spending this time with Blurr. If this reflection made you think, pause, or question, then the book has already done its job. Stay curious, stay aware, and thank you for listening.